What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Get this, Tyson Fury opts for Dillian Whyte's fight after considering retirement. Wow. The heavyweight champion wavered over the potential to walk away at the top. Tyson Fury considered bowing out as the world heavyweight champion after his knockout win over Deontay Wilder in October, but has changed his mind and is set to fight Dillian Whyte instead. That's according to his cousin and assistant trainer, Andy Lee, who says the desire remains with Fury to train on a regular basis and clean out the division. Even if there is nobody who can aspire to genuinely beat the 33-year-old. An 11th round KO in the trilogy fight saw Fury retain his world title, and since then, there has been speculation over his next potential move. His promoter, Frank Warren, recently explained that there was no rush for the Brit to make a decision and that nothing was likely to happen in any case until the WBC's convention later in November. But Lee, speaking on Talk Sport, explained that Fury has been holding his own counsel for a time and was leaning towards retiring before deciding to take on the next challenger. Quote, "I arrived in Moore Camp a few weeks ago," Lee explained. "The first day we went out for a coffee and I said, 'What do you do? Do you retire or do you hang them up?' And Fury said, 'Well, I'm thinking that way.' And then he said, 'On the other hand, what else am I going to do with my life?' He loves to train, he loves to fight, and although there are no challenges out there for him, he can still take a lot of pleasure in cleaning out the division and beating up those other guys, and also earn a hell of a lot of money doing it. He likes the Dillian Whyte fight. He is enthused by that. That's what he is talking about. To me, I can see that being the next one." Fury's father revealed that the fighter needed surgery on both elbows immediately after the Wilder fight on injuries he had going into the matchup, while he has also recently claimed that his son could defeat both Whyte and Anthony Joshua on the same night. Those are the words of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, and cousin Andy Lee. Let me counterpunch. I'm glad that Tyson Fury has changed his mind, okay? The only problem with Tyson Fury is he changes his mind too often, okay? We might have, I want to fight Dillian Whyte today. Then next week, he might consider retirement again. So you never know with Tyson Fury. But this is what I honestly think about Tyson, okay? And I want people to pay attention. Tyson Fury, and I'm going to go live later on, though. But Tyson Fury's best bet to challenge, to regulate his mental illness, I think it is to remain fighting until he can't fight any longer. Because he said it himself, the best challenges are smaller challenges. If he doesn't see that there is a good challenge or a challenge that would push him, I think he should still work his way towards smaller challenges. Fine, consider them smaller challenges, okay? Because what happens at the end of the day, Tyson Fury needs to do something. Like he said it to Andy Lee. What else am I going to do with my life? And the question is, what are you going to do? And the chances are, I think Tyson Fury knows this already. If he gets out of the sport of boxing, people, he's in grave danger of doing exactly what he did when he beat Klitschko. Counterpunch. And that's not a good thing. He may get fat, spiral out of control. He even said that. So, you speak it, believe it, receive it, okay? If he speaks it, he may believe it, and then again, he may receive it. And if he retires, that's exactly what he's going to do. Tyson Fury, I don't think, can afford to stay off the grid. I don't think that he can afford to do that, because at the end of the day, Tyson Fury needs challenges. He needs tasks to complete to keep his life on track. He needs healthy routines. He needs things to do day to day, time to time, minute to minute, right? And he has to keep doing those. If he doesn't, I think that he's going to be in the danger zone. Okay, and I think he knows that, though. I don't think Tyson Fury's stupid. But if you know in anything about, if you've listened to him, he has to always do something that makes the endorphins come out, to give him that pleasure, to give him that fulfillment, to give them something, a task to complete, because his mind needs to stay active. If he goes and retire, what the hell is he really going to do? How many books can you write? Someone like Tyson Fury, I don't think he's that type of dude. I think someone like Tyson Fury has to actually have his mind focused on something. If not, he is in trouble. Okay? I think that. And saying that he likes the Dillian Whyte fight, great. Make that fight happen, because no one else deserves that opportunity more than Dillian Whyte. So there you go. You're killing two birds with one stone. You're doing something you're supposed to do for your own mental illness and your own mental fulfillment. And you're giving a guy an opportunity to fight for a belt, which the other champion didn't allow him to do, and the president didn't uphold him to do. So I think that Tyson Fury should do that. I think he should stick to his guns. I think that Andy Lee should encourage him to remember what he said, to allow him to keep moving forward. And there's always a challenge out there, people. Always. You know what I mean? You got Joe Joyce. You know, he may not ever fight Joseph Parker, so I don't know where he would land with that. But you have Andy Ruiz. You have Anthony Joshua. You have Efe Ajagba. You have you have Anderson. You have Jarrell Miller, the other big baby, right? The one we haven't heard from in a while. We have so many different fights. You have the Daniel Dubois fight. You have so many fights that Tyson Fury can have. Okay, so for him saying there's not a challenge out there for me, that's kind of discouraging, because you're not even really looking at the potential that's in the heavyweight division. It could be a bad thing, because, you know, you may look at people like you looked at Otto Wallin, and we all know what happened then. Otto Wallin gave you a very good challenge. You have that rematch. You have a lot of fights that could happen in Tyson Fury, just for him to fulfill what he say he needs to do. Stop overlooking people and look at these guys as formidable athletes and opponents. That's what I think he should do. And I'm glad that he has decided to fight Dillian Whyte. And you guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury and his change of heart. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.